Thanks for tuning in again. This is Black Sun. You are now in tune on the One, the Force itself at this time. Now, I know one of these definitions are grabbing you right now. We're going to talk about the one in the middle here. Miasm, or miasm, however you want to pronounce it, whether you want to say tomato or tomato. Now, a subtle energy imprint that lodges in any of your chakras, causing emotional or physical illness. There are 4 types: karmic, acquired, inherited, and planetary. There are 4 types: karmic, acquired, inherited, and planetary. Now, I'm quite sure in other different languages, this word does not exist. It's called something else, but the definition remains the same. Now, whatever you want to call a miasm or a miasm, I'm just giving you a definition because nowadays they just reword ancient concepts. See? So I'm going to shut up and let you read this definition yourself. Once again, this comes from the Angel Bible. The Angel Bible is a pretty unique book. I'm not going to say unique. It's a very interesting book. That's a better word. I like it. But anyway, I'm not going to get into that book right now. I just wanted you to grab a definition real fast. The definition is deeper than the word itself. The essence of what the word means always is deeper than the word, and we get lost in words. But sometimes we need words so that we can have a reference, and also that we can articulate ourselves so that others can understand what we're talking about. Now, in many different cultures, the spiritual system is set up to help one eradicate those miasms or miasms, whatever you want to call them. See, iasms or spasms of the mind. I don't know. So you could create your own word if you on that degree. Now, check this out. We're all sick. We all have some type of mental or emotional or we all have some type of illness. See, so what we say in the urban community, the terminology we use in the urban community is shit with you. When people say, yo, man, that guy got some shit with him, or she got some shit with her, or yo, man, that guy behind the counter, man, he got some shit with him. So, excuse my French, but I'm using that terminology so that we can understand what it is that I'm talking about. If you are here in this third dimension and you are experiencing this reality here, individually or collectively, if you're here with us, that means that you have some quote unquote, you got some shit with you, you know? So, I'm not saying this to, downgrade anybody. I'm talking about everyone here in this reality or in this existence. And the goal is to find out what your miasms are so that you can eradicate them, so that you can ascend back to Zion, or whatever you want to call uh, the realm that you ascend to. Definitely don't want to descend any more lower than this particular realm. So we definitely would want to become ascended masters. Seen, and some of us are descended masters because we came down. So a descended master might find it hard here in this reality, but the goal is to find out what your illness is and, do some light work to help eradicate that. A good method is through sound healing. There's many methods of sound healing. One is chanting. You can use tuning forks. You can use singing bowls, gongs and bells. There's a science to that gong. Boing. I wish I could emulate that sound. But anyway, you already know. There's a science to bells and gongs and tuning bowls and singing bowls and tuning forks, and you already know. There's a whole field called sound healing, where they use sound to heal illnesses. Now, you can chant, and you can use chanting to help reveal what those miasms are, so that you can help eradicate them, so that you can ascend once again back home to Zion or Shambhala. You already know. Now, we all have some shit with us, and I'm keeping this 100, and I'm keeping this one funky because I want you to totally digest what I'm saying. And it's easy to pinpoint the flaws in others, but self-realization may be hard for some, because we all have flaws. And, most people spend their life pinpointing other flaws and laughing and joking about them, but they never put their own flaws under a magnifier glass. See, not saying we're supposed to become total beings of pure divine light, but we are angels. And what is the difference between an angle of light and an angel of light? Since angle and angel is pretty much the same word. Now, for my non-etheric beings, clear your mind. Find out what's in your mind that's blocking you. This is a lifelong journey, and I'm not here proclaiming myself to be some master, because I would have ascended up out of here by now. I wouldn't be on YouTube. I would have give you the method. Yeah, look, this is how you can ascend up out of here, and I'm out. So nobody really showing you how to really teleport up out of here. So, but ye that has an ear, let him hear. Now, at the time of death, your body secretes what we call DMT, which is a drug to some people, but DMT is a substance that takes you into the spiritual world. See? So that's what happens at the time of death. Everyone claims to know what happens after death, but it's been scientifically proven that that's what happens. Your body starts secreting, DMT. Now, that's a whole nother story. But a whole lot of DMT, uh, you know. But anyway, you can't put a Band-Aid on Babylon. You're not here to save this place. Seen, and I'm talking to I and I self, because at one time, you know, I was a red, black, green activist, angry black man, you know, grassroots, you know, on a mission to save I and I people. But, you know, as I became aware of where I was after the reality of who I was, my perception began to change. And as a Gnostic, we know that this place is not to be saved. This is a class. We come here and we ascend. We're not here to try to heal the world, make it a better. All those things are supposed to be applied to the self. And we reach Christ consciousness and we ascend back to the ethers. You already know. Now, question. Why are you here? Only you can answer that. I'm not here to answer that question. I'm here to ask you that question so that you can find that answer. Now, what is your miasms? So, which method of healing do you want to use? I'm not here to persuade you to choose any, but I would advise you to choose one, and something that resonates with your vibration, something that resonates with who you are, and don't get caught up in trying to be like the next and be you and do you. That's you do. You already know. See? Now, there are many different practices of spirituality that claim that they have the way to help you clear and cleanse those miasms so that you can attain enlightenment, and whatever the case may be. But we're here to learn, we're here to grow, and we're here to ascend, because this is only third dimension. Why would you want to just stay down here in the third? And if we're non-etheric beings, just a question. Be a free thinker. Get rid of all those disagreeable and negative thought forms that keep us detached from the frequency of the true self and the divine, and keep us detached from the communication with our guards, guides, guardian angels, whatever you want to call them. See? What are your miasms? That's a very powerful definition anyway. So I'm not here to get you caught up in that word, but just absorb that definition for a minute and start asking yourself questions, because it's all about self-realization. How do you ascend? Well, you return back to the green light. Take all of your chakras from up top and the ones at the bottom, squeeze them all into your green light, heart chakra, and you fly away home to Zion in your Merkaba ship. You already know. Give thanks. Once again, you are now in tune on the one, the force itself, at this time.